cost for such a container. There is no lid, they said. So it has two sides that are equal. It has two sides that are equal, and it has the base. How do I write the total cost of this box or rectangular container?
Did it give the cost?
So it gives the cost for
the
all,
bottom was 10 and all of the sides were
all the
6.
sides were 6. Exactly. Okay. Yes.
Would it be 8x plus 2h? Or would it be like something like?
So let's start with the base. The area of the base is 2x times x, which is 2x squared, multiplied by its cost per square meter. Is this clear that this is the cost of the base? Do we agree with the cost of the base?
Yes.
Plus these two sides. So this side has the base x and the height h. And there are two, the same measure. 2 times x times h times 6, the cost per square meter. So we finished with these two sides, and we finished with the base. Now we want these two sides, one in the back and one in the front. Plus, can anyone give us the cost for these two? The one in the front, this one, and the one in the back.
It would be 4xh.
2 times 2x.
2
yes,
h.
yes, for everyone to see. 2 because they're 2. 2x because that's the base. Times the height, which is the height, and times again 6. Awesome. Okay, now looking at this, you're going to say this is a mess. I can't have x and h in the same problem. True. But I'm given that. That is the key. That will help me get rid of one of these variables. Anyone remembers, or how should I write the volume of this rectangular container? What is it? What is the formula for this one?
Oh, 2x times x times h.
That's it. So 2x squared h. 2x times x is 2x squared times h. And this is 10. So therefore, page 7. So I have 2x squared h equals 10. And I'm going to try to simplify this as much as possible. Total cost, 20x squared, 16xh, 4 times 6, 24xh, and finally 20x squared, 16 plus 24 is plus 40xh. From here,
where'd you get 16?
Say it again. Oh, 12. Sorry. It's 6 times 2. Sorry. So this is 36. Thank you. 36. Sorry. Yes. No reason. 2 times 6 is still 12. Last time I checked. Absolutely. Thank you. My apologies. Yes. Good. So one more time. Now if I made an error, I have to go back and check again. So 2 times 6, indeed 12, yes. 6 times 4, 24, and this is 36, correct. Good. So from here, we want to solve for h, because we want to replace it in here, and everything will be in terms of x. Can anyone tell us? Of course, we're going to simplify. So I have x squared h equals 5. So from here, can anyone give us h? And that will replace it in the total cost. So we need
squared.
Yes, so it will be 5 divided by x squared. And that's the reason why I needed this in order to eliminate h. So now the total cost is indeed a function of x and only x. Okay, so I have 20x squared plus 36x multiplied by 5 over x squared. Yes, we have to simplify an x, 1 here. So then we have 20x squared plus 180, I think, over x. Correct my numbers, correct anything, anytime. I have the function. How do I determine the max min of a function? Based on what we studied in this class. What do I need to find next?
Differentiate.
Yes, I have to differentiate. I have to find a total cost prime. Excellent, very good. So TC prime will be 40x. Can anyone refresh our memory how to differentiate 180 over x?
Oh, you can bring x to the top, like x to the power of
There
negative
is a very simple formula. We discussed that. Yes, you can do that. Acceptable 100% credit. But we have the shortcut that we discussed over and over. This is very important because I need it for the next chapter, please.
I would have done that same thing.
We have the formula 1 over x prime equals negative 1 over x squared. Please, this is very, very important. Please. Minus 180 over x squared. We discussed that, and please remember it's in our notes. It's a very important formula. 1 over x prime is negative 1 over x squared. Now, if it's 1 over x squared, yeah, we have to do that. If it's 1 over x cubed, yes, but not for 1 over x. Please. Good. So then I have to find the least common denominator. And I need to multiply this by x squared. So I have 40x cubed minus 180. I need this because I'm trying to find critical numbers. So TC prime is 0 or undefined. Yeah, it's undefined when x equals 0, but when x equals 0, there is no box, no rectangular container, so that's not possible. When is a fraction 0? So I can write it here.
When the denominator, or sorry.
Yes, when the
Numerator is
yes.
0.
So we have 40x cubed minus 180 equals 0. That's where we are. So that's my page 8. So 40x cubed equals 180. Of course, I will simplify. So then I have x cubed equals 18 over 2 is 9/2, so 4.5. Right? Because I simplify by 2 and I get 9 over 2. I'm checking now every number. And 9 over 2 will be 4.5. So I have to take the cube root, of course. So x equals the cube root of 4.5. Doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to tell you that I have the cube root of 4.5 in my pocket. I will have to tell you that I have 4.5 to 1 divided by 3. I have 1.65. So x approximately 1.659. And that is in meters. Does this give the minimum cost? I have no clue. But I will find out in a minute. That's not possible, but you know what I mean. 1.6590. So I'm looking at the function, which is a derivative. I refuse to plug in anything in x squared. And when I plug in 0, this is negative. And when I plug in 1,000, this will be positive. And this is guaranteed to be a minimum. No question about it. So what is the TC of 1.659? And this will be the minimum. So if x, and we'll determine that in a minute, is 1.659, 2x is, lazy people, 1.659 multiplied by 2. 1.659, I meant to write. 3.318. And the height is 5 divided by 1.659 squared. 1.817. 1.817, correct. Good. So now I have to find this. So in the total cost, which is this function, total cost, I have to plug in 1.659. So TC of 1.659 is 20 times 1.659 squared plus 180 over 1.659. Plus 180 divided by 1.659. So I got 163.54 dollars, of course, because this is cost. 163.54. Any questions on this problem, please? Any questions? Find the cost of materials for the least expensive such container. Any questions? Okay. Moving on. Find the point on the line y equals 2x plus 3 that is closest to the origin. Yes, no, interested, not interested. I'm on page 9. Anyone? Yes, no? Is anyone with me?
I like it more than the other options. I just don't know that I necessarily like it.
Okay, so we wanna work on it?
Sure.
Closest to the origin. What does closest to the origin mean? So find the point on the line y equals 2x plus 3 that is closest to the origin. So when x is 0, y is 3, so 0, 3. When y is 0, x is negative 3 over 2, negative 1.5. So negative 1.5, 0. So when I graph this line, I have the x and y intercepts always 0, 3 and negative 1.5, 0. So this is the line. And this is y equals 2x plus 3. on this line, there is a point that is the closest to the origin. When we say closest to something, what do we have in mind?
The distance is the least.
Exactly. We want to minimize distance. That's the key. Excellent. So I don't know where this point is, and I'm not going to try to find it because the calculations will give us the point. So let's say this is the point. Closest or minimum distance. So here's the distance. I'm going to call this point A, and this is the origin. So we want to minimize AO. That's the distance. AO is the distance. Anyone remembers the distance formula? Distance between 2 points.
Isn't it the square root of y2 minus y1 squared?
Yes. Excellent. x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared. Brilliant. Thank you. That's what it is. Good. So this point has 2 coordinates, x comma y. So x comma y, and this point has also 2 coordinates, 0 comma 0. So then the distance AO will be the square root of, let's do this together, x2 minus x1, it's x squared, plus y2 minus y1 squared. Awesome. So this is our function, but it has a big problem. What is the big problem that it has? What is the problem here? The big problem is the fact that it has
2
variables. We have to get rid of one of them. No big deal. Because I know that y, when x is x, y must be 2x plus 3. For a point on this line, the x and y coordinates have to verify this equation. Otherwise, the point is here or here. Any point on the line when x is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13. So if this is 5, this is 13. If this is x, this is 2x plus 3. So I do have y equal 2x plus 3. So then our function DAO is the square root of x squared plus, and I'm going to square this, 4x squared plus 2 times the first times the second plus the second term squared. I will combine like terms these two because they are like terms. The square root of 5x squared plus 12x plus 9. Done. I found the function, which was the most important step. Once I have the function, the rest is not as difficult. How do I proceed? I'm asked to find, in this case, the minimum distance. We'll see what we get. I don't know what I'm going to get. But for sure, I have to find what?